This is REBIRTH TV, revolutionizing, transforming, inspiring film, TV, and media. I'd like to welcome everyone. So this is REBIRTH, and the website is www.rmn.global. So REBIRTH TV. So REBIRTH TV series is for the highly anticipated novel, family saga for REBIRTH A Gift. This is series 1, which is conception. So hi, I am Stacy Benton, MBA graduate and author of REBIRTH A Gift. I want to sincerely welcome you to REBIRTH TV and the REBIRTH A Gift series. This is an entertainment digital platform that is inspirational, motivational, and educational, creating transformational TV content to help you grow and develop during your ascension process and transcendence state. So what you should expect from REBIRTH TV. So the REBIRTH A Gift series is a very candid discussion, examination, and enlightenment of the rebirth experience. So REBIRTH A Gift is a novel that was written because of my own personal experiences of going through my own rebirth experience, surviving, enduring, and thriving past narcissistic abuse and multi-generational trauma. So my hope is to help other victims of narcissistic abuse, despite the premise of the experience, regardless if it was actually experienced through family, relationship, or work. So REBIRTH A Gift was written to provide support, insight, resources, and hope for anyone that has endured trauma, narcissism, narcissistic abuse, or domestic violence of any kind. The REBIRTH A Gift series will dive deeper into this topic and share personal experiences as not only as a survivor, but a thriver of narcissistic abuse, and help those that are currently embarking upon a tedious journey of healing, restoration, and their rebirth. And the website again, www.rmn.global. So you can go and take a look at that there as well. Now this is just a picture of the actual novel for REBIRTH A Gift. And the concept behind the novel has a lot to do with the actual character and the actual setting where the story takes place. So as you can see here, the dove, you have the white, you have the main character Opal embellished in this beautiful white costume, which is a huge aspect of the New Orleans culture, which is part, and the mask, which is part of the culture as well. So you can see that is expressed in the actual cover. The REBIRTH A Gift, and you have the gold colors, which actually resonates with the actual rebirth experience. It's like coming alive and going through a process of restoration, transcendence past your experiences in regardless of what your narcissistic experience was, or how you experienced that, or where. So that could be within your family, it could be within a relationship, it could be within work. So REBIRTH A Gift is a family saga, okay? So it really goes into a very descriptive narrative of what it's actually like experiencing narcissism, narcissistic abuse from a character's perspective. So this will actually be will be expressed in more detail when it comes to the actual going through the book and just helping those that have also endured some very intense experiences with narcissism and narcissistic abuse. I will also be sharing my own personal experiences and how I was able to transform that experience because of not only resiliency, but also being able to actually heal and understand the knowledge and the education of what I actually went through. So, Rebirth a Gift, that is actually the book cover. And you can also take a look at, the website again, www.rmn.global. So the Rebirth a Gift series, this is actually what we'll be going through the first part of the TV Rebirth a Gift or Rebirth TV. So the Rebirth a Gift series is actually a collaboration with the novel. So you just saw the book cover above this. So part one is part one of conception. So it'll be broken into two parts. The first part is conception. Conception is just like the beginning of the idea where everything started, just kind of like getting deep into the roots of the matter. What happened, why it happened, not only from a character perspective, but also from my personal experiences, because that was the root of actually writing the novel as a way or a means to heal, a means to actually share my story. Because during this time when I was experiencing narcissistic abuse, it was actually as a result of being adopted. So I will go into detail about that story and those experiences, but it actually started, the conceptualization of it started far before that, in the beginning of my life. And the reason why I was put into foster care and then actually was adopted, and then how all the pieces come together is vividly expressed in this novel, which is a fictional depiction, but the actual experiences of narcissism, narcissistic abuse was very, very real. So the first part would be number one, what was the inspiration to write Rebirth a Gift? So I just kind of went over that a little, but again, when I actually unfold or go through the series of Rebirth a Gift, I will go into detail more about that experience and how it actually impacted my life, both negatively and positively. So transparency is very important. I made a commitment to myself that I was going to be very transparent in my experiences. It's only to help others, because I know what it feels like to feel so alone and like you're on this deserted island trying to figure things out while you're going through these experiences, just in going through the pain and the long suffering that it takes to actually transition from the experiences of the narcissistic abuse to actually healing and thriving in restoration. So, and also I'll be diving deeper into the whole conception idea, which is a huge revelation and understanding of not only my experiences, but it will help you to understand your experiences and how all the dots connect. Also, I will hint on how to professionally write a novel for those that are, interested in sharing your story, because part of the healing process is actually sharing your story. That helped me out tremendously, just going through being able to express myself, and writing through journals, and just writing, creating these characters helped me to heal. So for those that are interested in creating a character or writing a story or sharing your story, it could be fiction or nonfiction, print or ebook. So that, will be another aspect of part one of the conception. The other part is we're just asking the author any question. So how I will actually go through this is I may just do a live on that, so that if you are interested, you can actually come live, ask your questions, because again, this is all about transparency. I am here to help you get through the pain, get through the suffering, to help you understand not only just expressing yourself and how to heal, but the foundational reasons why you're experiencing this is just as important, or as vital to your recovery, to your transition, to your transcendence. Okay. So, number 5, how to start your spiritual awakening. And what are the signs? Now, again, I have stories upon stories to share. And I think that's one reason why I wrote the book. It's because the experiences were so vivid. But the spiritual awakening, there is a very, very significant reason why you're going through this. So part of the journey is to connect the spiritual awakening process. What are the signs you need to be looking for? Because when you're actually going through narcissism, narcissistic abuse, regardless of this, if it's multi-generational, if it's in your family, if you're in a toxic relationship, there's a reason. So what are the signs you need to look for to actually know that you're having an actual spiritual awakening experience, which is part of the rebirth experience. So number 6, discover how to transition from complex trauma to empowerment. Now, from a psychological perspective, complex trauma is when you have repetitively experienced trauma after trauma after trauma. Now, if you experience narcissism or narcissistic abuse as a child, you've already in that cycle of complex trauma. So another part of one of conception would be trauma. So basically, discovering how to transition from complex trauma to empowerment. Number 7 would be, what are super empathic traits? Now, this was a discovery that became so very interesting to me. So interesting to me, simply because I was not aware of what a super empath was. And when I tell you, this is going to literally blow your mind and just shift your entire experience of your trauma. So there is purpose. There's a reason why you have experienced this level of trauma. You may not see it now. It's all confusing. You don't understand, which is all normal. Okay. But super empathic traits is a supernatural, superhuman being. And those that have experienced complex trauma usually are stuck. Okay. So you're stagnant in this experience. And it's like you're just repeating it over and over again. So your super empathic traits a lot of times are completely pushed down. They're completely hidden within. They're completely lying dormant. So this is the part 1. I will end this here. And I will come back with part 2, as you see at the bottom. So this is Rebirth A Gift, a series. This is part 1 of conception. So on another video, I will be just going over part 2, as you see here. And again, go look at the website, www.rmn.global. I think that it will be very informative for you, just to see the foundation of not only Rebirth TV, but Rebirth Media Network. So that's www.rmn.global. And I'll see you guys on the next